5 a.m. Friday, day 17. So one thing I wanted to talk about is like how last night I was saying I don't have the desire to seek comfort, and I don't have the desire to like impress others. I know I have a bigger purpose, I have bigger goals, and like I don't seek external validation. I know I'm recording this content and everything's gonna be like put online and stuff like that, but the thing is I would be doing this regardless, right? So I just figured it'd be a good opportunity to document it, and the only reason I'm documenting it is because everybody has requested it. Literally everybody I know is telling me to record content when they hear about my lifestyle. For me, it's just normal. I would have been doing this either way. So yeah, I don't need to be validated by external sources or by material objects, or even the money is like, yeah, I like money, I like to save, I like to play the game, but I don't play the game just to survive. I play the game to win, right? I'm playing the game for the love of the game itself. I'm not playing the game to like get comfort or get material wealth or get approval or anything like that. I play because there is a purpose in it for me, not like a destination. So that's also part of it. And so we're gonna go to the gym and we're gonna get a workout, and yeah, let's go. All right guys, so I'm going to this job, so I'm gonna go and see whatever touch up they need. But I wanted to touch on something last night that I was talking about, where I said I don't seek comfort, you know, I don't like being comfortable. But and the thing is also, like, it turned into this thing where I got comfortable being uncomfortable. And so that's how my mind has kind of like inverted over time. I always question, oh man, this is so tough, please, I can't wait to get out of this situation, I can't wait to get a place of comfort, I can't wait. But then I realized that you're not ready for that next level until you're chasing like this comfort and it's always running. And so now I have found comfort in discomfort. And so I don't know if that makes sense for y'all, but now everything has kind of come together, and like everything is whole now, to where it's all in my mind. There is no discomfort, there is no unhappiness, there is no suffering, there is nothing, because I have found comfort in the suffering. Therefore, suffering no longer exists, right? And so it's actually now the opposite to where it has flipped, right? So now I feel uncomfortable being comfortable, and I feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And so now I'm ready for the next level. So, man, I just gave y'all a secret. I hope you take it, you know, and this is kind of like the whole theme of this, even this content, and how I'm able to survive. It's like, now I'm not only surviving, I'm thriving, right? It's like now I have the power to do anything I want. And like, I don't care what people think, and I've learned that from experience, right? Trial and error. We just got here. Some guys are here as the contractors. So let's see what they're working on. What's up, man? What are y'all working on today?
We're done.
Y'all are just checking out the finished work? Looks good.
We're all done.
You know if they're gonna do the bottom, the downstairs? They haven't said nothing yet? Okay.
He said that Al was out of town.
Right. Yeah, he'll be back.
Sherry's swinging by, we're installing some fans.
Okay.
This one is the one where we'll look at the patch, but other than that, I mean, we got it. It looks ready to sell.
I gotta go do some touch up, you know, some down here, double coat, some. I ain't worried.
Well, we're done.
All right, cool.
All right.
Sounds good, man. Hell yeah. Bump the bumpers because it'll stick. Man, you weren't supposed to close these. It's all right. Mufasa. What's going on, man? You're gonna do the floors downstairs?
No, that's... Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mucho trabajo. Scrape it with the razor. This is on the outside, so.
Yeah, no, these windows are done this way.
Right, right. So I just try to make sure they were like, it got in all those cracks, man, because these windows were beat.
Yeah, we talked about replacing them.
I mean,
We should. They might get a little rough.
yeah. I got a razor blade and I went down so to make sure they don't stick, you know.
Okay, cool. We'll walk through all that stuff later. Don't mess it there.
Staircase, pink bedroom.
Oh yeah. Now we had a cat, and at one point we had 3 dogs. But,
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we're just on air here. Cool.
In here, the closet.
Can you do it behind the vent?
Yeah, I can get that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that. Here in the closet, I didn't do the closet. I just did the baseboards because they hit the baseboards. But I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's just like
yeah. I mean, to do the closet would man, that'd be like for 5-6 hours. I don't know if y'all want to spend 150 on the closet, you know. It's just cutting in around all the shelves and stuff, you know. That's what takes forever. Here, you said no shelves, but I did do the baseboards because they hit those.
Okay.
So they look a lot better.
All right, cool.
And then the restroom. This is the last place I did, so some of it might be wet still.
Okay.
But yeah, I got all covered. Yeah, there's that one wall I needed to hit. I took off the mirror. I put it back on, but I got behind everything, you know, behind the toilet. And
That's okay.
yeah, I know. I
I
know.
was like, I don't ever want to go to the bathroom again.
Yep.
Is at the new place we've got there's wallpaper in my wife's bathroom. She's like, I want to do wallpaper. I was like, find something to do it.
Yeah. We started this job, right? When we're starting at zero, you're gonna do low prices. You're gonna offer low prices just to get off of that ground zero, right? So now we have enough money to make an investment. And what we want to do is we want to cut out this network of the realtor and the homeowner, because now they're going to expect low prices. They're going to tell their cheap friends about my low prices, and I'm going to start getting cheap people calling me. So we want to eliminate that. We don't want cheap clients, right? And so now that we have money, we don't have to act out of desperation. We can think more strategically, right? This goes in with trading too. You have to know when to cut your losing positions. Even if there's still money on the table, the risk and your time is just not working out. If you want to continue building the business, right, you can change your number, because now we'll get reviews from these customers after they leave a review. Now we have a reputation, and now with a bigger reputation, better reputation, we can ask for more prices, right? And so now that our clients are going to be more valuable, you know, we're going to have better clients, they're going to pay better prices, and they're going to tell their friends that are fair paying, you know, people. So that's part of it. Know when to walk away. People who are wealthy, they know when to walk away. They're not acting out of desperation. They have the money. When someone is broke and they have no money, they make bad decisions out of desperation. They're willing to stay in a losing position, just to make a little bit extra because they need it for survival. When you think out of clarity, when you think about the process, it's not about the outcome. Don't attach yourself to the outcome. Attach yourself to the process, right? And so we're not worried about how much money we're gonna make, right? We're off of that. We're not desperate anymore. So now we can turn down jobs. Now we can demand more. And so when you raise your reputation, raise your prices, raise your expectations, we get rid of the cheap customers. We don't want cheap people calling us. This is not where you want to stay for the rest of your life. You don't want to get trapped in this cycle of survival, right? You're getting low prices, you're having to work, and it becomes a cycle where you're working for a low amount. So what you want to do is you want to get better customers, all right? We can keep the network and lose the customers. The thing is, if you want to build the business, that's cool. You can be a contractor, you can hire subs. There's room for growth. There's room for more opportunities. However, me personally, I know better ways to generate income. And so this is what I'm showing you guys. Starting with zero, we do this job, we made $4 or $5 grand, whatever the case is, right? And then we take that money and we do something different. We don't have to work with the bottom. We're worth more. And so now it's about seeking better opportunities. And I'm gonna show y'all how to turn 4 or 5 grand into 10,000 with minimal work. And so part of this is like, we have to get out of the country, right? There's just so many US regulations that are limiting us. So now we seek better opportunities. And even if that means changing location, that's what we have to do. All right, guys, and just like that, 2 weeks, we're wrapping up the job. They're doing the floors in there. So they're gonna hit all those baseboards. Everything's gonna get scratched up again. They're gonna hit the doors, everything. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little update on where we're at. But I just wanna let y'all know, like, I'm leaving with the rake I started with. You know, it's been 2 weeks and now we're coming to an end. And this is the rake that started it all, guys. This is the rake that started it all. We wrapped up that job. They kind of like are working backwards because typically like you're supposed to do the painting last after everything, you know, and you have people going in there, moving stuff, doing the floors, you're gonna hit the walls, you're gonna hit the baseboards, and everything's gonna be touched up again. But they hired me to paint, not give them advice, so that's where we're at. There's different things that you could add to the contract. Hey, if we have another contractor that's going to be on the job site, I'm going to have to charge you $500 more, $1,000 more, because now I'm working around another contractor. I'm having to change my routine. I'm having to work around people, and they might hit the walls, they might mess up the job. So all of this stuff that I learned, I never had a mentor. I learned all this stuff on my own from living in the streets. Through experience, through struggle, through hardship, through misquoting different jobs and different businesses and making mistakes with customers and doing work. This shit will toughen you, the streets will toughen you, business will toughen you. Okay, so we wrapped up that jar for as far as I know, because they have people in there doing the floors. They're gonna hit the baseboards and they're gonna call me back. I'm not the type to like dip out. I always do good business. I always work with people. It's just not in my nature to do bad work or to do bad business. So I will go back, you know, and do whatever is necessary. But I'm just letting y'all know, you know, a lot of the mistakes that I made when I was first starting out or when I had to learn on my own, these are a lot of the mistakes I made when dealing with people or dealing with customers. I mean, you can trust people, but trust that people will be humans and they make mistakes. You can't do business off of a handshake anymore. This is the United States of America, the capitalist capital of the world, you know? Like, you can't do business on a handshake. You must watch your ass. And so that's all I'm trying to tell you guys. And yeah, we're gonna get on this bus.
You know, people used to call me homeless like it was an insult, but it never really bothered me because I see it differently. Being homeless, building businesses requires strength. Real confidence doesn't come from what you own. Real confidence comes from knowing who you are when you have nothing left. And ironically, being homeless made me more confident.
This is the raw reality. Smoking meth, smoking crack, whatever it is, you know? Just on the other side. All right, guys, it's like 8 o'clock. I'm going to bed. I had like, I don't know, I was like triggered by something. And I just had like this, I don't know, it's like dark energy and stuff like that, you know, where usually like I'll just like do some like, nothing like emo or nothing like that. But I mean like, I might go make like bad decisions or whatever. So I'm just gonna go to sleep. If the gym was open, I would definitely just do a workout. If I had a computer, I'd get some work done. But I'm like learning how to like harness it better, like how to harness the dark energy. So like I'm able to maybe like go to the gym, or I'm able to like work on my projects, or I'm able to maybe journal, or I'm able to like create a business or think of something more positive. And so, yeah, I'm learning, but I'm going to crash out for tonight.